Hey, it's me, John Cena. Don't forget to watch exclusive interviews for Bumblebee on NETZ.id. Bumblebee is in theaters everywhere December 19th.
Hello, please, all our fans, don't forget to watch exclusive interviews for Bumblebee on NETZ.id. Bumblebee opens December 19th. We want to see you there.
Selamat pagi, sekarang aku sudah di bandara dan posisinya sekarang lagi dipijit di kursi pijit yang ada di bandara. Nggak pakai makeup sama sekali karena nggak sempet dan pengen bobo rencananya sih di pesawat ini. Baru aja check-in di hotel dan kalian harus tahu saya agak-agak andeso sedikit karena ini hotelnya ternyata resepsionisnya aja di lantai 109, terus saya dapat kamar 111. Wow, my god, gue sedikit agak takut sama ketinggian, cuma this is very beautiful man, like kayak gue nggak bisa berkata apa-apa lagi. Dan oke, gue cuma punya waktu sekitar 20 menit untuk siap-siap karena abis ini akan nonton Bumblebee. Jadi sebelum wawancara kita nonton dulu supaya ada pertanyaan-pertanyaan itu nyambung gitu ya. Oke, so siap-siap dulu, bye. Jadi sekarang kita lagi menuju sinema untuk nonton dulu. Ya nggak mas? Ini bareng sama media-media lain yang dari Asia ya? Asia. Ini ternyata mallnya cuma dari hotel tinggal turun doang. Jadi kita sampai sekarang belum menghirup udara. belum karena dari itu udah langsung masuk tiba-tiba udah di sini. Luar biasa. Bumblebee. Kasih popcorn dan minum dan juga sudah duduk, ambil paling strategis. Aduh kok terus. Nah, hai guys, akhirnya selesai juga screening film Bumblebee. Gue udah nggak bisa ngomong apa-apa lagi sih, sumpah ini keren banget, film ini keren banget. Gue nggak melebay-lebaykan ya, tapi sumpah film ini pertama nggak ngebosenin dan syarat akan makna gitu. Jadi bukan cuma perang-perangan doang gitu. Dan kalau menurut gue dan kata mas mbak Cici Koko yang ada di belakang gue juga gitu, katanya gini, best Transformer movie ever. Oh ya, mau cerita satu lagi. Yang namanya jodoh nggak kemana, kan kemarin itu sempat mau wawancara dia, cuma gara-gara barengan sama konsernya Card jadinya nggak jadi ketemu sama Eric Nam se-lift. Jadi kita lift dari lobby menuju resepsionis, terus dari resepsionis menuju kamar, terus kita ngobrol kayak udah temenan lama gitu. Nice to meet you too. Hi. Finally meet this guy. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Yes. Terus udah kita ngobrol and then terpisahkan karena we should go to our room. Gitu. Oh my god. Oke, by the way, itu sudah. Semoga besok bisa ketemu lagi sama dia. Tapi besok adalah jatahnya Mbak Hailee sama Om John Cena untuk diwawancara sama Om Travis sama Om Lorenzo. Oke, jadi ikutin terus ya. Anyway, lihatlah pemandangan di belakang. Aku pengen banget ke sana, pengen jalan-jalan tapi nggak bisa, harus kerja dulu. Oke, jadi bye, see you tomorrow.
They're calling an army.
I've seen firsthand these things really are.
Bumblebee.
There is only one way to end this war. You must protect Earth and its people.
Take it down!
I love the movie. It's different, right, from the Transformer.
Yes.
Okay, so how did you craft the idea of this movie?
Well, there was a few things. One is our fans had said to us they really wanted to get to know a Transformer better. So we'd listened to that for a few movies and we never could figure it out. So by changing what we were going to do, it was the right time to do that. And also we'd explored the idea of a boy in his car. It was time to explore a girl in her car.
You grew up with Transformer, right? Okay, what do you think about Bumblebee?
I think this version of Bumblebee is fantastic because Bumblebee is humanized. Bumblebee is helpless, is vulnerable, needs to learn about where he is and why. I think all of those things make one of the most popular Transformers of the franchise even more popular because you want to root for him just to figure it out.
What made you excited to join this movie?
The story was great, and I think audiences around the world are seeing Bumblebee and realizing the same thing. It's a fun, great story.
How is it when you got the script?
So I got the script before I got the part, and I just got to read the script. They were in the business of casting everyone for the movie, and I got to read the script and said, I want to be in this no matter what. And then I got to talk to the director, and the director suggested Agent Burns. And I told Travis, like, man, you could have made me a spare tire. I'd have been in the movie no matter what. So I was very grateful to get a chance.
What do you think about Agent Burns? Is there any similarity with you?
Myself and Agent Burns, we're both driven. We certainly don't quit and we don't back down. Agent Burns continues to fight the entire movie. We take ourselves seriously, but not too much, as Agent Burns has a little bit of comedy sprinkled in there. And I think if you watch Bumblebee and kind of watch Burns close, he always seems to have an open mind, even though he's very focused on what he's doing.
Okay, about Bumblebee, finally has a voice.
Yes.
So could you tell us how was the process to find the right actor?
Well, you know, it's interesting. Yeah, I did Harry Potter many years ago, and trying to choose who should play Harry Potter was very similar because people are very passionate and they also have their own imagination. And so we had always heard that people loved sort of the exuberance of the character, the excitement of the character, and yet at the same time he has to be very strong when he needs to be. And I'd done a movie with Dylan, two actually, and he felt like to me was the right voice, but until you put it to the image, you don't know. You know, and thankfully everybody seems to be very excited about that.
About this movie, this is an action movie and you have to acting with green screen. How was it?
It was definitely an interesting experience, unlike anything I've ever done before, just because of the amount of visual effects in this movie. You know, I spent the majority of my time acting with nothing, which was nice at times, and then it got a little boring and, you know, I don't know, depressing, because there was nobody to talk to. But it was amazing, obviously, to then see the final product and see how it all came together and see that we really created a relationship between this character and this robot that felt real and authentic. So
this movie using a lot of CGI. How did you direct the actors? How did you build the imagination for them?
It's a little bit tricky because in a film like this, the core relationship is between Charlie, played by Hailee Steinfeld, and Bumblebee, who's a computer-generated creature. And so much of the film is about their relationship and their connection together, and they share all these scenes together, and they go on these adventures together and have this really beautiful relationship. But of course, none of those scenes were the two characters in the scene on the set at the same time, because you know, one is made out of the computer, and Hailee's flesh and blood. So oftentimes she would just be acting against thin air. There'd be nothing there. And I essentially treated each one of those scenes as if it was an animated scene. I broke it down like I would treat animation. Everything was storyboarded out. So the crew and the actors, you could point to, okay, what was happening in this scene. Okay, this is where Bumblebee is. This is what he's doing. This is what he's feeling. This is how he's reacting. These are what his poses are. And so that way, the actors and the crew could see, okay, this is generally what Bumblebee's doing in these scenes, which allowed us all to kind of you know, create our own little theater of the mind. But it really is it's a great testament to Hailee's acting ability, that she's able to bring that incredible performance when essentially most of the times there was nothing there.
What is the most challenging part of this movie?
for me, the most challenging thing, but the most rewarding thing, was making those moments with Hailee and Bumblebee really work. That that they were shot months and months apart from each other. She was on a set, he was in a computer, and she was doing something beautiful on the day, and then somehow we had to create a performance on the other side that was as subtle and as powerful a performance as what Hailee gave. And of course, you never know. You never know until you finally start getting those things together if they're going to work. And it wasn't until many, many months after we'd finished the shoot that we finally started getting the performance and the animation to come to life. And once you see those things together and they work, to me, that's magic. That was the hardest thing and also the most rewarding thing.
So the movie set is in 80s, right? So how did you pull off the vibes, the 80 vibes? Maybe listen to music or...
Definitely, music is a huge part of my life. It's obviously a very huge part in this movie, so it was definitely nice to have that as a direct connection to the time, and I was able to fully immerse myself into that world with the help of the music, listening to that music day in and day out, and feeling like that was a main connection I had.
This movie set in 80s, so is there any difficulties to bring that era here in 2018?
I mean, not really. I mean, it's the great thing about that. I mean, anytime you're setting a film in a time and a place that's not now, then there is some challenge in kind of trying to bring that stuff back to life. A lot of that stuff, it doesn't really exist anymore. So we'd have to go through like pawn shops and find little props and stuff. Some things we had to make. But the great thing is so many of the artistic leaders on the film and the crew, including myself, we grew up in that era, so it was like you have all these great memories of all these great artifacts. So bringing that stuff back to life, it was almost like we were all reliving our childhoods again, and that was great fun.
Indonesia has got a lot of fantastic places. Do you think like maybe you can shoot there for the next movie?
Maybe. I don't know. I've been to Jakarta.
What do you think about Jakarta?
Jakarta is a trip. I've never been to a place like that. It's just an enormous city. There's a lot of cars, yes. It's jam-packed. It's a city unlike anyone I've ever been to. In terms of like where we might go from here, I don't know. I mean, this film was more self-contained. It was smaller and more intimate. But yeah, we shot all just in California. But I can imagine adventures that Bumblebee goes on in the future that takes place across the globe. So I'll put in a good word for Indonesia.
I would love to. I actually have spent about 7 or 8 months in Indonesia, and I love Indonesia. So all the way from Sumatra, all the way down to Flores. So I love Indonesia. I love the people, and the food there is fantastic, and it would be really fun to do that.
What about Jakarta? There's a lot of cars there.
It's a pretty crazy city, I think there'd be other places I would pick first. Well, I would, what, I'd love to shoot something on Borobudur. Yeah, which I really like that city as well.
This is how we stop them. You've got me. And I'm not going anywhere. Whether or not you are a fan of Transformers, you will love this movie. It has so much in it. It has so much that Transformers fans do know and love, and a real wonderful character-based storyline that I think they'll be very pleased with.
Those fans of the Transformers franchise are going to love Bumblebee. Indonesia, we got a great movie, and audiences around the world already love it. We've shown it select screenings pretty much around the world. Reviews are very strong. I believe in this movie. Fans love this movie. I can't wait for you to enjoy Bumblebee like I do.
Sampai jumpa.
Jadi kita baru saja selesai interview one-on-one with John Cena, Hailee Steinfeld, terus sama sutradaranya Travis Knight and produsernya Lorenzo Di Bonaventura. It was fun, walaupun nggak dapat fotonya, tapi menyenangkan sekali akhirnya bisa ketemu sama mereka dan bisa ngobrol tentang Bumblebee. Sekarang lagi di airport mau pulang ke Indonesia, cuma kita datang kecepatan jadi nggak tahu di gate berapa. Ini kita jalan-jalan aja dulu. Jadi see you di Jakarta. Bye.